Is there echo? No. Does it now say that I'm streaming party audio? Does it now say I'm streaming party audio? That would be why. Does it now say I'm streaming?
Now it does. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it does. Right, there we go. That's
fine.
working.
I've had an absolute mare. It's fine. Yeah. Ah.
A lot of people on their out laps
also
right now.
that nothing has been. Oh, there's an invalid lap from Sir. He should be able to get back round to the pits in time with 8 minutes left. He'll get another go. As I attempt to tie up loose ends and figure out where I'm meant to be doing. Let's have a look. There we go. Alright. So.
Ghostwish is about to cross the line. Will he better his time? He has. To 1:28. Now that puts him in 5th place.
There's a whole host of drivers near the bottom who have yet to set a representative time or even a valid time. So, namely, both Mercedes drivers and both both Aston Martin drivers. Not quite as high at the pecking order as they may want to be. So, it'll be interesting to see if they can get a clean lap together. So we see one Aston Martin get out of the way of the other Aston Martin, so clearly... Oh, Danny's on his out lap, that makes sense.
So he's about to cross the line. Oh no, into the pits.
Let's have a look. Who else is there? Out laps. Here's Sheehan, currently second, only to his teammate.
And he's finished the out lap
for the Ferraris. It's not been... It's one of those where Ferrari have not been at the top for a while in this league, and it's good for the Ferraris to see them up at the top. Maybe not necessarily better than anyone else. They would have been happy for there to not be a new challenger, unless of course that new challenger is themselves, as Ferraris heads around the final corner, and he is on a big improvement here, but it's only enough to move him up to 3rd, as shows the gap between current 3rd place and 4th place. As now Brandon in the Alfa Romeo goes into the 1:26.9 from Brandon. That is quite frankly a stonking lap time from the ex-lawnmower.
It's worrying to see that both ST players and Luigi haven't set a lap yet.
Still yet to set valid lap times. As you see Luigi heading through the hairpin, running into a little bit of traffic, but the Aston Martin will get out of the way cleanly and he can continue. Let's have a look at his sector 2 time as he heads into Spoon Corner. It looks all clean enough through there, tight somewhat to the apex, not quite pushing the boundaries as he might want to, but of course he's got to get a lap in, even if it's not a clean one, up to the timing board, and it's current first 2 sector times 1:11.7. You can't quite see how that stacks up because he's not set a time.
Is Luigi going to go?
But he comes up to the line. And it's solidly mid-table for the Mercedes owner and driver. And his teammate is still in the pits. He's only going to get one run out here if he gets a clean run at all. It's not been an ideal qualifying for ST players or High Caliber, who is now he's been proving here. How many positions is he going to gain from it? As a little bit of a twitch into the braking zone, but he gets power down fairly unevenly, but he's into the pits, so maybe there was a mistake there. Bit of debris on his tyres, you can see. So his first 2 sectors were 3/10 gained, but he must have made a mistake through 130R.
Not many drivers out right now, only 3. Hugo's coming up to the line, well, closing down the final sector. Not quite at the line yet.
Back to the pits, as well as you'd assume Hugo and Luigi.
Yeah, slowing down a lot.
Both looking to get back into the back in as quickly as possible, get some new tyres on and straight back out into the action. As I apologise for this, but immediately I'm going to have to remove you, Alistair. Unless, actually, I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably.
ST plays now and is out of that.
Oh, I've been meaning to do this now for a while. There we go.
Oh, no.
Figured out how to change the settings. Look at me go.
Yeah, ST
A couple
now
of
and is out of
drivers
that.
already heading out. 3 minutes for an outlap is probably a bit excessive, but there are drivers there who are going to want to get clean air. Specifically, you can see here ST plays very much down the order. He will want to be a lot higher up come the end of this qualifying session. He won't want anyone getting in his way. If he can get to the line quickly enough, you'd assume he'd have a lot less traffic than leaving when everyone else does, and that's only going to better
There
his
is someone
chances
coming out the pit though.
of getting a clean lap in.
There's someone coming out the pit.
As we see heading into turn 1, he's going to have a Ferrari on his inside, but it's not going to bother him through the first corner as he sweeps into the first sector and up to the S section. There's an Alpine ahead of him, also possibly on a fast lap, as James Petty is indeed on a fast lap, so hopefully for ST Plays he's got clean air all the way to the flag. There's a McLaren far ahead, but quite far ahead. That shouldn't be too much of a hindrance come the latter stages of this lap. Looks clean enough through first and second Degners and under the bridge, tight to the track limits, which is pretty bold considering the fact he's not got a representative lap time in yet. And a little bit of a wriggle as he tries to get the power down, but it's clean enough for now, and it'll do as a... but it's better than no lap heading around 200R into Spoon. Terrible camera angle from the broadcast camera, so I might change that. Not quite as close to the apex as his teammate was, very much on the limit at the exit, takes a lot of curbs, somehow within the track limits though, and he's on for a lap that's sector time of a 1:12, so 3/10 behind what Luigi did on his aborted lap.
He's about to cross the line.
10th position lap. But ST
He
gets
gets
up to the
moves
line.
up into 11th. James Petty moves up
ST
2
Plays is going to
positions.
need a big third sector to move anywhere ahead of 10th, and he doesn't. It's 12th position for ST Plays, and that is his qualifying position. He's not going to get another attempt here as James moves out of his way, but there's not much need to. They're both on in laps now. Maybe ST Plays has enough battery to go again, but that's wide through the first sector, and that's definitely invalidated from him. As now we're following the drivers who have all darted out of the pits with around 2.5 minutes to 2 minutes left to go. They can get a good outlap to warm the cars up, and here's Mick out of the last corner to begin his flying lap.
Roy's in a 4th position right now. Good spot for him to be in. Coming up to the final sector. He's better than his previous lap time, up 2/10 or down 2/10. Got up to the final chicane. Can he better his lap? I think he can.
As here he is, Rara's up to the line. He's going for pole. He misses out on pole by 2/10 to his teammate. So Brandon's still holding up strong with the only lap time in the 126s as it stands. And it's currently an Alfa Romeo 1-2. But how long will that last? As we see
Van Mike moves up
Sheehan
2
setting a
with his
purple sector
last
one.
lap. Van Mike now to 6th. SC Plays
currently going over the line.
is
It's
into
quite
the
difficult.
Oh, Hugo.
Oh, migrating host. Oh. I've disconnected, I think.
Have you?
I have.
Very interesting. I'm still in.
Because it's just ended the qualifying immediately and then kicked me out saying error.
Oh,
There's not enough players in the session or something. Oh, don't tell me it's that glitch again. I've had that before.
well now, Matt Coper Coming up to the final sector. He's down on his time. 2.5 tenths quicker. Coming up to the final chicane. Takes it relatively well. Rides both curbs though. Can he get better than a fifth? He does. Overtakes Sheehan into fourth.
Load F1.
Now Ducky. Can he get higher than 14th with this lap? I think he can. He does not. That is his lap. Only barely. Most people have finished now. Most people going into the pits.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
your favourite technical gremlins showing their faces as we try and get this
And that is it for
stream
qualifying.
working. Have you got... Do us a favour and take a screenshot of the order if I can't get in time.
I can't get a screenshot. I can get.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't get a screenshot.
I mean, like when it loads you into like an end screen or something. I don't know, like a clip of it or something, just so it's somewhere. Because
I've got a photo.
it's usually caught on stream, but I'm not.
I've got a
there.
photo on my phone if you want.
Oh, brilliant! That. I mean, yeah, but that's just to see where people ended up, I suppose.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can just put it on discount. That's fine.
Oh, that's why Toppy couldn't get in, because there's 18 drivers, but there's 4 spectators.
Oh, Bense wins the qualifying.
That's gonna be painful.
Scrapes past Brandon in second, Rise in third,
That's
Matt
the problem,
Coper
though.
in fourth. Then a little bit behind him, Sheehan, Luigi, Sir with Face, Mad Mike, Go Swish, and Hugo, which makes up the top 10. Big gap between James and ST Plays. It's lap time. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, Toppy has been royally screwed over by the fact that
Who else is spectating?
they let the people, because Kong and Callan are both team owners.
Oh.
Which, well, what's meant to happen is that
Honestly,
they get
should be
invited
watching
after
the stream.
qualifying
Honestly,
if there's space. Exactly. But they want to be sneakily looking at everyone's ERS and stuff, which is an advantage, apparently. I mean, it probably is. Let's be honest, it is. But they shouldn't be in yet. They should be in at the race, because it means that people who are slightly late to qualifying can't get in, and that's what's happened. So, brilliant.
the perhaps scallions. Honestly, yeah, I'm not going to quit the main menu. But it says everyone's leaving the session. So Toby, should I leave the session as well?
No.
Oh.
Why has everyone left the session?
Oh, error. No, don't worry.
Everyone has left the session.
Yeah.
Oh, no one's left the session.
It was just an error. No, I'm back in, don't worry.
Host migration to Bents for some reason. Everyone has gone.
Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Yep. Who's going to win this? I think I'm
Yeah,
back
there's
in
a new lobby, I
Benz.
think, that's why.
Benzi.
I think we're running it back and going again.
The whole qualifying.
I think so.
Wow.
Because of... Well, I mean, playing because we got a solid, what, like 10% of it on stream. And
Oh yeah. That's the
People can
stream
actually get
host's
in.
fault, honestly. I like my reading out
my
of
game
the
crashed.
the top 10. You know, like that people can't see.
Well, until we get back in, the stream is going to get a lovely let's have a look. A lovely tour of my place. Yeah. See, this is what we buy F1 for, lads. This is what we're here for. A bit of furniture shopping. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a terrible colour. I mean, that's just you're playing it safe for if you're ever going to have an accident on your sofa, no one will notice.
So many messages.
But don't judge me on my choices of furniture here. I mean, these are all terrible. I'm going to say that, but I just don't care about sofas. Not a big sofa lover, me. I'm not actually a sofa connoisseur. This here is the.
I've got to say, I didn't realise that
the
this stream was
Lazy Boy.
about sofas, about furniture.
The Lazy Boy. Pure. Yeah.
I actually load more messages, please. I can't.
Where was that white one? That was kind of jazzy. Yeah, we'll go with that. It looks the same as all the other ones. Actually, having said that, that other one looks pretty cool. Oh my god, achievement. I changed the appearance of my place. There's some proper good stuff here.
Oh.
It's like a marble maze.
Are you in one, Toby? Or
I am in
the session?
the IKEA. In-game IKEA store, go with that. Yeah, why not?
Well, you're in F1 world and you're looking at the furniture. Beautiful.
Get a nice tiling in. Oh, look at that. Nice bit of marble decor, you know. The walls. I mean, that's a bit excessive. Again, a bit excessive. Hey, it's a video game, you know.
Oh, Matt's invited me.
We're here to
There
be
we go.
excessive. Wall art. Oh, big.
Why does it only load a certain amount of messages in
Get
the
him
chat?
on my wall.
I can invite you, Toby.
On my wall. Oh,
Invite everyone in the party. There we go.
I better get the lamps up quick. This is what everyone needs to see, the lamps before we get back in. What on earth is that? I mean, I'm clicking it. Why not? Soft furnishings. Yeah, sure. Purple. That definitely fits the decor. There we go. Bit of IKEA shopping for you all. I'm sure you enjoyed that. What on earth have I done? Have I paused? Also, what have I done? Because I think I've paused the stream.
Hopefully not.
I have not paused the stream.
Matt's. I think
Matt's.
I heard earlier. I saw earlier in the chat that Matt couldn't hear me stream, but that was
Yeah, that was
11
because-
past.
That was because I forgot to maybe click party audio switch on. Definitely not my fault. Oops.
I need to show him. I need to actually spectate.
Oh no, we are just doing the race, I think.
Are we?
But a new lobby. So, don't know what does assume Toppy will be going for a first challenge. Channeling his inner Mika Hakkinen. What has occurred now? I'm back. Okay. Yeah. Sick. Right. Arthur, is your audio in the party? Just
It is, yes.
right. Brilliant. Top.
Top notch. I've counted there is 18 other people in this lobby.
What do you mean? Are we speaking? You can't hear us. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah, no, we did just go silent for a while, but we were waiting for the lobby to fill up.
Yeah. So I suppose we'll hit into a bit of F1 WoW lore again, shall we? Because that was missed in the first section of stream.
Yeah.
Neither Red Bull main drivers here. They are the favourites. Hugo's going to have to do the business to try and give them some points going into the following rounds, but quite frankly, it's good news for everyone else. Not that they're missing, obviously, because you want everyone to be here, but the fact that they might not be as dominant because they've missed a round in the season. But yeah, other notable.
But is that
be
qualifying? Is that qualifying standing?
Yeah, I think that qualifying standing.
Yeah. So
Just
if I get it up
because-
quickly. Yeah, Bensei will lead. Then it'll be Brandon, Rores, Matt Coper, and Sheehan to make up the top five. Sunny day in Japan for this 27 lap race. Hope everyone that is watching the stream is enjoying it right now. Calming atmosphere before the chaos of the race.
Oh yeah, very very calm atmosphere. It's been very calm.
Almost tranquil, you might say.
Wrong.
My heart rate is
19 out.
My heart rate has never been my heart rate has never been lower.
His heart rate has never been heart rate. He's never had a heart rate.
Well, ice cold individual.
Let's have a look. Lucky. Okay.
Wait, so who are we missing then? If we've got 19 out of 22.
No, it says 19 out of 22, right? But if you go across
Mhm.
to select team and driver, it is only the Red Bull missing. Everyone else has the.
Well, yeah, because the two
select.
spectators doesn't count towards the top
No,
bit.
but the two spectators count towards the 22.
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
If I stop spectating for a split second.
Yeah, see exactly. It doesn't say that. Doesn't
Oh.
count. I know more.
Why is that a thing? That's weird.
That's crazy how I've got the game for like a week and I know more than you.
That doesn't make sense.
Honestly. So the viewers crossplay is enabled in this lobby.
No, it's not actually. And that is why there is other platforms in this lobby. It's crazy.
As you can see,
Oh, that was the qualifying.
clean slate.
Something went wrong in qualifying for everyone because
Clean slate of on the points sheet,
trying to get.
scoreboard.
Oh, that's a good point. Anyone watching the setup, anyone watching the stream, remember to load your setups because it'll just dump you in the race. You won't have part of that, mate. Oh, yeah,
Range of nationalities as well. Beautiful stuff to see, the diversity.
What is happening now? Why do I feel like I have disconnected even though I haven't?
No,
Like nothing is
it's
happening.
stagnant right now. Are we waiting for another driver or are we ready to go?
have no idea. I think we're going.
Some people haven't readied up, yeah. Just waiting for a couple of people to ready up.
It's weird, but quali definitely went wrong for a load of people.
Mm.
Because Sheehan ended up in a little session on his own. He managed to put in a lap quick enough for third.
Is it third or first? It was. Get that same photo back up again. Yeah. No, it would have been first.
Would it have been?
Yeah. Best lap was a
Look at it.
1:26.9. Oh,
1:26.8. 10.
Yeah, it would.
1:26.8.1.
Yeah, that
Oh yeah.
would have
yeah,
been
on
quick
his it
off the
says-
pole.
On his it says someone set a 1. Oh wait.
That's.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, it's all gone wrong.
Spectator never lies, though. Spectator.
What is that
Commentator
about?
never lies, honestly.
It's all gone wrong. Oh, anyway. Here we are for the race. This is going to go well. Nothing can go wrong. Well, with regards to the robustness of the server, everything that has gone wrong, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, and now it's just a case of will it go wrong again? Let's hope not, as we're going to just go to race director to have a look at what tyres everyone's on. I don't think anyone's actually got in yet to change it, but
No, I'm still loading as well.
oh, well I'm in. It looks like they're in. Looks like immediately Bence and Brandon choosing to opt for the medium tyre. Being the first and second, that's a bold strategy. They're going to have to get a good launch off the line to be able to maintain that. But then again, there's two of them. They can do a bit of tandem defending, and Vara's behind them seems to have realised that getting a jump on him might not be the best chance he's going to get, and he's opting for the hard tyre. A couple of midfield runners
Oh, I've loaded.
also opting for the hard tyre. Now in the back of the grid it's a good portion of soft and medium runners, and then of course Toppy starting from the back in the AlphaTauri. He'll be expected to make some moves, as there's the race start, and I wasn't paying attention, and I don't have any noise.
Nothing too
That's the
crazy
problem.
just yet.
As there's a spinner in the back, it's Ghost
There is,
Switch in
yeah,
turn one.
Ghost Switch.
He's off. Ducky is also maybe off. Ducky's off. Vara's off. Sheehan also off. So
Bency and Brandon have created a bit of a gap
there's
at
a
the
lot
start. Off the bat, they've got a little bit, half a second on Luigi.
But it is as
caution.
we were for P1 and P2. They're both on the medium tyres, and they've both had pretty good starts, all things considered. As Matt looks to make a
Danny Boy.
to move on.
Danny Boy's
Luigi
crashed.
Sven up to third even.
Getting back on up
Crash
to
a third
speed.
back.
Yeah, Danny Boy in 15th.
As we head through Spoon now, everyone seems to have bunched up a bit further down the pack, as that's a bit wide from Mad Mike and the McLaren, and everyone behind them. Well, there's Hugo there in 14th. Toppy already up to 9th from the back, so that last to first challenge has already looked quite a portion easier for the AlphaTauri driver. He's got Michael in his sights in the Aston Martin, and there's no move up to inside. Maybe he's left quite late on the brakes there, almost touching the diffuser of the Aston Martin. And as they head down to the line, it is Bence who leads the way. Brandon half a second back. Matt then a second, and then, well, I've got it set off of the leader, so that's not going to help really.
Oh, Brandon
Top interval. Matt
loses control.
1.2 seconds back.
Keeps it though.
Hugo into the pits with, I assume, wing damage. Sheehan maybe with the same kind of damage. Ghost Swish was just a spinner at the back. His tyres would have taken a lot of punishment from that, but he's not got any.
Bensley's now 1
Damage
second
is
ahead of
over.
Brandon now.
Bence is pushing for that DRS gap. If he can get ahead of 1 second, Brandon will fall into the clutches of Matt Copper, and then Bence has a good chance of getting clear, and assuming there's no safety cars, which is a big assumption, he could have a healthy gap that is very difficult to, well, very difficult for Matt Copper to bridge. That is if he can get ahead of Brandon, which he's looking to do now. Into Spoon, is there look at the inside, maybe to the outside, but Brandon defends very well, places his car nicely on the track, and Matt's going to have to regain his composure and go again down the back straight. There's never going to be a move into 130R, but he can get it shaped up nicely to have a look, maybe on the inside of the final chicane if he's got enough about him.
So his face maybe going for a move.
He looks to the
on
outside.
Luigi, he gets the move, spins though, keeps the position.
And Matt tries
he's
to
into
switch
fourth.
back in. He is right on the back of Brandon. Brandon can't get the power down as much as he wants to. And now Matt is setting the fastest lap of the race as he looks to go down around the outside of the Alfa Romeo, and he gets it done before the braking zone. All the RS
Luigi just
used
on the
there to
outside.
get ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver. Now he's going to have to get his head down, and he's got a 1.7 gap to the leader. As there's cautions
Mike
further
gets above
back
Luigi.
before a spinner. And we follow Mad Mike 4/10 behind Sir Face in the Alpine. And then behind them, Toppy up to 7th. He's made a couple more positions since we last just him. But here we are, a virtual safety car. Is that for Hugo? Who's
High
not
caliber.
pitting?
It's high caliber.
He was already further back, so high caliber, no
Yeah,
front wing.
fully.
What on
High
earth
is
has
dead.
occurred there?
He's had to
for
retire.
High
He's
caliber?
retired. High caliber's
Is that-
retired.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So high caliber's out of this race already. Hugo, it's only a virtual safety car, so Hugo and Sheehan, who would have lost a lot of time having to pit early on, aren't going to gain that all back. But it is just going to... Well, it's going to give the hard tyre runners maybe a bit of a headache if they can't get those hard tyres fired back up again when they go back to racing speed. But here we are back to green. DRS is enabled on lap 3, and Bentz has a 2-second gap to Matt Coffer. With Sir with face now, Brandon's falling back into the pack. It was a cracking lap in qualifying to get him up on as high as he was, but he's going to send one down the inside of the Alpine driver. They go side by side, but Sir keeps it and Brandon can't get the power down. He is struggling there at the exit of the last corner compared to his rivals, and now he's going to have to look into his mirrors because, although maybe not, he's got DRS, remember, and he looked to the inside very briefly, but there's not a move on. And
oh, Ducky
Sir
spun out.
Face
Ducky spun out.
there's a spinner in the back, the Haas of Ducky F1.
Playboy goes
at
clear.
the last corner. He's going to cede a couple of positions there.
He's lost the position.
Sir's Face has
And
still
16th.
got Brandon hot on his heels, so Brandon's not quite falling back as much as I'd expected. As Luigi's not making the strides
Mike
forward
out.
that would need is Mad Mike in the midfield. What's happened there? We go on
He's out
board
the
with
road.
Mick as he goes. Mad Mike, he's just dropped it through the S section, and
Proper
that's
safety
it.
car
He's
now.
made contact with the wall. There goes the second one of the McLaren drivers out of this race as well. It's a full safety car this time. So Hugo and Sheehan. Ooh, bit of a tussle there between Hugo and the safety car as he tries to go
This will help
outside
Hugo
it.
and Sheehan.
Doesn't work. But Hugo maybe is in a bit of a pickle where he's on the soft tyres and he's not going to get back round to pit again maybe. Although
Actually,
he'll
yeah.
probably be okay. Sheehan's been able to pit immediately again onto the hards, so he's going to immediately be giving a...
I don't think Hugo will be able to
go
shift
for the
to
top
pit.
hards last to first. As this has nullified the race for everyone, and let's have a quick look now at
A lot
what
of
the
big
deal is
gainers.
with
Korkamalakis has gone
tyres.
up 8 positions. He's now in 9th.
I would make the assumption Toppy is the biggest gainer. He is indeed.
Yeah.
13 positions within 4 laps for the AlphaTauri man.
Rares
Very
has
pleased
dropped
with
off
that.
quite a bit as well. 9 positions he's lost. Now in 12th.
And Sheehan will be disappointed as well. He had that little incident, shall we say, with maybe the qualifying order not being too nice to him, and something about the lobby disconnecting. But he's also had contact in the early doors of this race, and he's dropped him all the way to 17th.
Rares in the pit. You wonder if he was
Couple of
involved in the
early
incident with
pistols.
Mad Mike. Maybe he was involved.
That is an interesting point because there's a common area for drivers to just make a mistake, but then again, how often would you expect someone to make a mistake at this caliber of racing, you know? Yeah, he probably dropped it, but that's not the point. It is quite interesting to know. Bent's pitted from the lead. He's back out in ninth on new hard tyres, fresh hard tyres, but he's got a lot of cars to pass. He's right in the thick of the action, and that is not somewhere you necessarily want to be at Suzuka. Just overtaking opportunities, they're not...
It's safety car.
Overtaking opportunities don't come too often, but overtaking attempts tend to come very often. It always looks like the door is half open at a lot of these corners, and that could maybe play into Matt Copper or Sir Face's hands, who have got clean air in front of them other than each other if they end up fighting. Although you would expect Matt to pull away on less, well, equally worn soft tyres. Matt's got the advantage there. Brandon also one to look out for if he can get that pace back that he had in qualifying. And you just wonder, as the safety car potters around the last couple of corners, if it will be another, well, it would assume be another lap, as Sheehan is still, well, a good half the racetrack away from the safety car, and so is Danny Boy and Rares, and even Hugo's not caught up to it yet, or Korkamalakis. So we'll have another lap under
safety car
conditions.
Am I wrong, or has not many people pitted?
Yeah, surprisingly small amount of people have pitted.
I've seen about 6 or 7.
None of the soft runners further back pitted, like Mick or Swish, or I was surprised Hugo didn't even pit again, because he's been dealt a very poor hand from that race start, whether be it his fault or not for the contact. I'm not sure, I didn't see a whole lot of it, but surprised he didn't just take the hit of 1 or 2 more positions for fresher tyres, unless maybe he just doesn't have fresher tyres and his options were maybe if he started on the soft.
You'd assume the safety car will end at the end of this lap. What a race this is. Everyone's so close together right now, honestly. 6 laps in, this is not what you'd expect. I mean, Toby, look at that. Everyone's within half a second. Incredible. She has caught onto the back of the train. And we'll end this lap. Matt Coper moving extremely slowly. And now he's off. Let's see what happens here. Luigi. I think he's just been overtaken by Topper. It was very close to Brandon now. Can he get the overtake? Not quite round the S's. Not sure where my commentator's gone, but very close though. Very tight. A bit more separated from 5th to 6th. Not quite do that. I think Korkamakis has dropped position maybe. James Petty goes wide. Lose the position.
Quick controller switch as I try and figure out why on earth it's not working. What is that? Right, there we go.
And my commentator is back. Oh, go Swish.
Go Swish and Hugo
His
contact
crash.
at the back. 2 drivers who boxed. Well, yeah, Swish didn't box, but Hugo Also, neither
Oh!
box actually. I see.
Rares has just punted Korkamalakis, I think. And gets the overtake now.
There's a real
Can he get
dogfight
Ducky as
going on
well?
here for the lower positions, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in very close proximity into turn 1. James Petty is going to be looking in his mirrors, and there is quite a lot going on behind him. Rares looking for
Rares
a move
tries
on
to go
the
on the
Haas
inside.
of Ducky.
has.
There is a move on, and he has done it. Ducky getting a bit bogged down the curve, and he's lost another couple of positions there. Sheehan getting through, Korkamalakis' teammate getting through, and now he's going to be looking to hold up Danny Boy to do his teammate some favours. But Ducky is not in a good position. He seems like he's got no
Still just
no
behind
superficial
Brandon.
damage.
It's very tight. That top four, front four, very tight still.
As we see a purple sector being pumped in by Bence Yaxo on new, fresh, hard tyres. He's going to be looking to catch up immediately to the front runners and capitalise on the early safety car. ST plays.
Topper going for a move on Brandon. Brandon tries to cover him, can't quite.
Toppy looking to the outside
Topper
of
into
Spoon.
third.
It's bold, but he's done it. He keeps his foot in.
Oh, he's on too far wide,
He's gone
surely.
a bit wide onto the curb, but can he keep it around the outside?
Yeah,
He does.
Brandon gets a poor exit there. I think he lost traction slightly, and Topper makes his way into third position.
And Brandon's immediately going to have to look in his mirrors, because there's not much chance of him getting that position back. And now Luigi is only 3/10 behind him and going into another DRS zone. So
Has got the pace on
Brandon
ST plays.
has DRS to defend, but he's just not getting the exits out of that last corner that he wants to. And now Luigi's going to look to capitalise. He's got DRS. He's going to use maybe ERS. It doesn't look like he
Mick
will.
loses
Brandon
control
does
there,
use
nearly
DRS
goes
to
into the
defend.
pit lane, loses a couple of positions. Mick's lost another position,
And Luigi can't get it done.
now in 13th.
And further back we see Sheehan just watching as James Petty fights it out with Rise. James Petty goes wide and lets Sheehan through. Sheehan on a recovery drive just as Toppy was. And
Ducky
he's
is
already
pitted.
back up to 10. He's already back up, well, yeah, but he pitted from damage. He's already
Fair
back
enough.
up to
Korkamalakis looking for a move on James Petty. James Petty goes wide, Korkamalakis down the inside, and he gets the move done.
And he gets it done before the first Degner, because that would have been a dangerous move to see. But behind him, Danny Boy and the Aston Martin, the reset to track. Naughty, naughty. I caught that on stream, naughty boy. Tut, tut, tut. I think he might have been heading for the wall there, Danny Boy, because he's lost control of the car, and Matt has got Sir with face only 3/10 back, and his softs are going to be fading off immediately. Now,
Chaz Meister
it's Suzuki.
will try and get an overtake
very heavy
on ST plays. And he's got the
very
pace
heavy
to do
load on
it.
tyres.
Goes on the inside. Gets a little bit of contact with the grass.
Is
They
Chaz gonna
connect.
get it done? There's 3 of them. All
Rares
very close
gets ahead
to
of them.
Rares gets ahead of Chaz as they head through
Unbelievable.
130R. Is there a move by Chaz?
No.
There's not. He's going to sit behind.
Chaz stays in 8th. Oh. Luigi looking for a move on
Matt's
Brandon.
lost the lead,
Gets
but
it.
he's not lost the lead to Sir. He's lost the lead to Toppy. Toppy takes P1. Sir doesn't get the move done on Matt. Matt must have defended Sir, and Toppy's taken advantage. Those softs must
Oh,
already
spin! Spin from Brandon.
Danny's gone.
Spin from Brandon.
Danny has hit the wall, I think.
Brandon spun out.
Or he's retired in the pit lane, it looks like, maybe.
Oh, Brandon.
Brandon's off
We'll
in
have to
the S
rejoin. He was in a good battle there. He spun out. Be a huge blow for him. Danny Boy's out. Yeah. Race is not disappointing yet, so far. Oh, Top has been absolutely rapid so far. Now in the lead, gained 18 positions. You went wrong where you said lost the first challenge.
It doesn't look like he's going to be rivaled immediately, although Bence Yaxo is only a couple of seconds behind and he's already made a pit stop, so he could be looking to take those hards a long way into this race. A fair portion longer than Toppy might, maybe. And that could do him some favours further down the line. Matt on those soft tyres, it's an interesting strategy. It's one that's not currently it's looking like it's
Sheehan.
work out, but that may come back to him as well.
Creeping up on Chaz now. Can he get it down the inside? Punch Kane, he doesn't go for it.
There was a look, but he's just sat back and he's going to get DRS again. And Chaz is going to dump some ERS to defend. He's in a better position on
ST
the
plays
ERS
pits.
front. But Sheehan has
ST
that
plays
DRS,
pits.
and he has now the outside line. And is he going to be able to swoop in? He gets the position before the braking zone, and that is a position gain for the Scuderia driver. Although, Chaz going very, very tight to the apex of that first corner. It almost looked like he might tag him there as he tries to regain the position. And Sheehan on the harder compound, but the newer, fresher compound, is going to take that position as Hugo makes a couple of positions there. As
It's close. Benson, Sir with face, very close now. Benson sneaking up on Sir. Can't quite get it though. Very close behind though. You think the move's going to come soon. Got a good 3 seconds lead over Luigi, and he goes to the move on Sir down the inside.
Down the inside at speed.
Little bit of a
Sir
tag.
leaves him enough room, but then runs wide himself, possibly even pushed wide. Sir's going to look to get a better exit though, with that extra speed he managed to carry through the corner. Benson's going to rinse the ERS to try and keep the position, and he does so, but now Sir behind him is just going to have to sit back because he's lost that position and there's not a lot of opportunity to gain it back. Bence is in the rhythm now and there's not a lot Sir could do about it.
Matt is still very close to the top. Won't let him go.
Matt's doing a very good job to stay within that DRS, because as soon as he's out of that DRS he's going to feel a whole lot of pain on those wearing soft tyres. He's close.
Not close enough to get the move though.
It's probably not in his best interest to get a move done. He's just going to have to hope that, well, he was probably hoping that Sir could hold Bence up enough to get a second gap and lose DRS, but that didn't happen, and now Matt's in a bit of trouble regarding current position. And it may well come back to
and ST plays. Going for an overtake on Hugo. Going for an overtake on Hugo. Can he get him at the first corner?
Neither
just
really
got him on the outside.
Use ERS, but he has got
and
it down. He
that's
swoops around the outside.
Very good overtake.
Keeps it within the track limits on the exit. That's a nice overtake for the Red Bull reserve, who's trying to do the two main drivers proud, who couldn't make it to this race.
James Petty now catching up with Hugo.
No,
staying with him.
Sorry, you went around the outside. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, Hugo lost a position.
Hugo lost a position.
ST, I've got to say that's a very good overtake though.
Not doing a very good position. Not doing a very good job. He's very wide there, but James is even further wide and almost bottoms out on the curb and loses the car completely. He's very, very lucky to have this still pointing in a straight line. Maybe it's skill, you know. He did a very good job
close.
to keep it. Nonetheless,
Matt has pitted.
It was coming.
That's like crazy.
But the trigger's been pulled and he's coming off that soft compound. As we'll see now who might be battling further back. Sir now 2 seconds off the back of Bence Yaxo, so he's going to be... Well, he's still up there, but he's not...
Bence is looking to get top
immediately in the fight. Matt onto the medium compound as he comes down to the exit of the pit lane and will pull out behind Mikhail in the Aston Martin.
James Petty, 5-second penalty. Let's have a look.
It looks like he must have gone too deep into, just locked up maybe into the last corner, but he looks like he probably went straight on.
Of what I've seen, he hasn't had the best race so far. Still plenty of time though. Malakis looking to catch up to Chaz in DRS range, half a second behind.
Chaz has that ERS advantage though, so if a move looks like it may be on. Oh! Chaz losing the rear end dramatically and letting the house driver...
Malakis 10 positions he's gained now.
Going to be immediately head down and chasing after those ahead of him, because it's a mistake from Chaz and Chaz has just got to put that in the past now. He had it in him to defend, but a mistake's a mistake and he's lost out ultimately. Matt now not too far behind.
He's chasing down now.
And he's going to be chasing down those ahead. Because the way the race is going, it's playing very much into the hands of those hard tyre runners. But soon, and it will be not too far away now, those hard tyres will begin to... Well, the pit window will come around and they will be looking to put maybe the medium tyre on, or even stretch it for the soft compound, those who pitted under the safety car, specifically Bence, who pitted under the safety car. He can take those hard tyres quite a margin further than his competitors.
Rares is very quickly catching up.
As Chaz has lost it in Sector 1, and we have a full safety car as we see Matt heading through Sector 1 now. Can we see where Chaz would have crashed? No, his car's immediately gone. But it looked like he lost it on the exit of 1, maybe through 2. Either way, that is a big shame for the McLaren, well, the McLaren team. Both drivers DNF'd within 14 laps it. And that is not the
I'm
start
guessing
we
you'll see a
wanted
lot
to
of
the
people
season.
pitting now.
Well, this has played perfectly into the hands of Toppy and Sir Luigi. Those at the front on those wearing hard tyres, they're going to get, well, they're going to lose a lot less for pitting than Matt would have done pitting under full green racing conditions. And Matt's going to probably be cursing this because it's not what he would have wanted, and it's probably put him in a much worse position than he would have been in. He's going to have to fight back from, you would assume, further back than those who are going to pit now. As
what you can say though is Ducky is going to be very grateful for this safety car. It gets him back in the race.
Bent's pitting as well. Of course, it's an opportunity that he's going to take up, but there's a bit of a lock up as he heads to the safety car line.
Surprised if anyone doesn't pit. Well, apart from maybe Matt
and Nick and Hugo and Ducky. There's a couple who are going to very much lose out from.
Matt
pits
as well.
Matt is going to pit, so
late as well.
Choice.
A bit risky then.
Is he going to go for the hard compound and go to the end here, because he's still got those hard tyres in the locker? The soft compound wouldn't have made it. Well, the soft compound got him this far. The medium wouldn't have made it to the end from here. So maybe this is a strategic masterclass from Matt Copper 97.
Seems like everyone is
he's
pitting.
put new mediums.
Oh no! Mick and Brandon doesn't pit either.
I thought I disconnected for a second. As Matt's put new mediums on. That's an interesting call. They're only a lap old, so he must have just
Ghostwish doesn't pit either.
punished them much more than he would have wanted to, as Swish
Hugo doesn't
chooses
pit.
to hold it out
Neither
on
does-
those hard
wait
tyres
for
just to
Ducky.
gain a couple of positions. And Brandon also does the same.
Ducky doesn't pit.
Ducky
James
expectedly also doesn't pit.
may find himself
Bent's on the
lost.
softs is an interesting.
Never mind.
Well, it's a conundrum for
Ducky's still lost.
Toppy's going to have to get quite the getaway when the safety car pulls in. Bent's with the softer rubber would be much easier to get the heat up, and everyone with, you'd expect, fully recharged batteries, they'll be going hell for leather. But they're all pretty much on the same compounded tyre and the same wear of tyre, from the podium positions to the lower points positions.
Toppy's done really well though, to go all the way back where he was in 19th, up to first. But he's got
And
stiff competition.
It's not as though he's only provisionally in that position. He is a net P1. There is no tyre strategy that's going to take him from that position. It's very much just at least there is no foreseen tyre strategy that's going to lead to him no longer being P1. He is on the same strategy as those around him, bar Bent Siakso, of course.
Shout out to Cook Malakis as well, getting 10 positions. I'm not too sure if he'll keep all those 10 positions based on the strategies of other
The fact
people,
that Matt is
mostly
immediately behind him,
very good performance.
and Matt is going to want to make that position up immediately. As Toppy keeps dropping back behind Bent, so I'm not sure if that's just me.
It seems to lag. No, I'm getting it as well when they're waiting for him, I think. He just wants that overtaking challenge again, I think. He's done so well at it, he wants more overtakes.
Yeah. As Ducky is heading through the S section now, he's not going to have to put too much
end
effort
of this
into
lap, I
this.
think.
He's just got to catch up, and as soon as he gets to the pack, that will be good to go again at the end of this lap, because we're all back behind the safety car, and you would expect as we head through sector 2 and when we reach the sector 3, the marker for the beginning of sector 3, the safety car will be declared in. It's very much a case of Toppy's going to have his eyes fixed to his mirrors And Bence is going to hope for a very...
I think you should have his eyes
good
fixed on the road, to be fair. Yeah, that's probably the better thing to look at. Otherwise he might crash.
Funny. Good one. Ha. Ha. Ha.
Is the
Here
safety
we
car
are,
going to enter
heading
this
up to the
lap?
line.
Yeah.
There, the safety car expectedly is in this lap, and we will now all bunch up under the speed being now conducted by Toppy at the head of the pack. He's going to slow everybody down, try and bunch everyone up, but the midfield are not bunching up at all really. Korkanakis and then Matt behind him, they almost touch as the...
Oh, Bensi! It's very close.
Toppy's he's really backed the pack up a lot more than Matt did, and that's absolutely worked into his favour because Bence has already got Sir on his diffuser. Sir has done a very good job of reacting to that
Look
start,
at it's
but
3
Bence
wide. Oh, spin from SC plays. There's 3 wide, and I think it was ST plays.
seems like
think it
everyone got
was.
through fairly.
Yeah, I think
There
it
may
was
have
ST
been a
plays that
slight loss of
spun.
control, but
Apologies if I'm wrong, but maybe not spun, yeah, but lost of control, cost him 2 positions, at least, I think.
Matt is still in 8th position. There is a lot of traffic for him to navigate, and traffic is not going to be... It's not going to be kind to the man who's looking to take back at least a podium position in this race after the safety car has not done him any favours. But he does get a good exit here, and he's going to use ERS to try and put himself up to the pass driver of Korkanakis. And is there a move on the inside? He doesn't see one, but if you can get a good enough exit and a good enough run through and out of 130R, there could definitely be a move on into the last corner here. Korkanakis
Hugo with James
using
just
that
behind him.
ERS
Most was just
heavily
ahead.
to defend. And Matt just sitting off a little bit on the ERS usage, but now he'll use it through on 30R, and there's a move up the inside maybe. He's very late on the
Hugo
brakes,
up
almost
the inside.
contact with the car ahead. He's almost outbraked himself, but he's got the position, and that is a
Oh!
brilliant overtake. As
Hugo
further
got
back,
spun. Hugo got spun.
further
James, I
back,
think.
Hugo
Hugo's got spun by James whilst he's trying to go for a move on Swish.
But here's Ducky now trying to make some progress and
Brandon
take James.
and Mick
And he
side by
does
side here. Mick, slight
Nick up the
contact
inside, but now Brandon
into
takes
Brandon.
the inside, and they're side by side. They are kind of accordioning together as each of these S corners approach, and
Poppy's
Brandon
lost the lead.
maintains position.
He's lost the lead.
In other news, which I have somehow not noticed, and you've only just noticed, Toppy has lost the lead to Bence, and admittedly that is something that probably should have seen coming because Bence has done fresh tyres and he's going to be
He's
going
really
for
been
it.
sticking with him, yeah. They've
Toppy
lost
now,
it though with
though.
pace.
Toppy now is in a very good position. He's on the hard compound, but he's going to be keeping that ERS in check, not using too much because he doesn't need to take that position. They have at least gained a 2-second gap now on Surf Face. If they can hold that 2-second gap or even begin to eke out a further advantage with
He's closing it down.
Bence's tyre advantage, if they can...
I can imagine that was
get far enough
Bence's
ahead.
his proudest overtake, and we've just missed it completely.
Missed it completely, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all gone to plan though for the Scuderia Ferrari driver, as ST Players receives his 3rd warning for track limits and therefore a 3-second penalty for it. Further back there is a bit of a dogfight going on as Matt Copper gets Sheehan maybe on the outside. He does get it done, and he's now got Luigi in
James
front
goes
of
on the
him,
outside, goes wide. Very wide.
and they all back up into each other on the apex,
And he gets the
then
overtake. James ahead of Go Swish and Ducky is very close at the back of this race.
there's a very close battle in the midfield of this race as well, as Sheehan is going to try and shape up maybe a move or even needing to defend Korkanakis and the Haas, as there's 4 of them together and Luigi is really backing them up. He's not quite got the pace, or maybe it's intentional, as he's not got the pace to stay with Rares, and he's just sitting in 5th with a couple of drivers behind him who would really be looking to make progress. Matt and Sheehan both on some form of recovery drive back to the front of the field. And Matt is looking in the most promising position as it stands. He's close to Luigi here, and he gets a very nice exit, riding a lot of the curb to carry more speed. He's going to not just hold off on the ERS usage for now. I wonder if a bit of academy team orders will come into play here, and Luigi will realise that this isn't
Topper's very close to
fight
Vence
he
now.
wants to fight, and he could do Matt a favour by letting him through and fight those ahead. But it is as we were as they cross the line. Luigi without DRS though, and he is going to lose the position no matter what. It's just a case of how many. Is he going to lose out to the Scuderia Ferrari driver? He does. As down the inside goes Sheehan, and Luigi loses 2 positions within the space of 1 straight and 1 corner. And he's just got to get back in the
collision, slight collision with Ghost Wish. Ducky tries going around the outside on first corner. Doesn't quite make it, gets tapped, goes wide, and now 2/10 off the Ghost Wish.
He is really going
Good
out
battle,
of
though.
Ghost Wish for 13th position. Ghost Wish on very worn hard tyres now, so he's going to be feeling a lot of pain when it comes to trying to get good exits. And that's going to be what's bringing Ducky into a position to maybe make a move into this hairpin. Is there room at the inside? There is not, and Ducky is not going to just send one for no reason. He's going to look for a better opportunity than that, and one will come. It may well be when Ghost Wish eventually chooses to pit off of those hard tyres. Toppy very close to the back of Vence now, but the odds of him making
like that for a while,
slim, and he does exactly as expected. He's just going to sit behind the Ferrari driver, but is there maybe a tag on the rear end? It looked like they got extremely close, and Vence is now all out of shape as he heads down onto the pit straight. Toppy has, well, he's got all
he has made the move on Ghost Wish and goes ahead.
But Vence uses all the ERS to defend, and Toppy tries to sweep maybe to the inside, and there's maybe an option there, but the door is immediately slammed. Vence doing a very good
James
job here
goes on a move.
defending.
ST, and he gets past him. And he's clear past him as well. Good move from James. Down that starting straight.
James Petty there with a move on. ST moving him up to 11th. He's now just off the back of, well, 1.7 off the back of Brandon, who has taken up the last points paying position in this race. And Mick just ahead of him. He is 4 seconds off 8th position, so there is quite the gap between this front pack and the rear pack of this race.
Ghost Wish has lost quite a bit of time to Ducky. Now there's Hugo just behind him. That might turn into a bit of an interesting situation.
The hards are not doing him any favours. It's in his best interests to just box onto mediums, you'd assume, if he's got fresh mediums. And here we go again into the last corner. Toppy always seems like he's got enough in the tank to make a move, but it's almost not. It's not really helping. It's not a good idea for him to make a move. He's close enough. He could just rinse the ERS and use the DRS, and that might be what he does here. He's realising that Vence's tyres are beginning to go off a cliff, and he's got around the outside.
He's got the lead.
And into the braking zone, he takes the lead, and it doesn't look as though Vence has got a lot to fight him back. It's 30% ERS. It's not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Vence now with his tyres reaching 7 laps old. The softs not quite, well, they take a lot of load at this track, and they wear very, very quickly. So the soft tyres already reaching, well,
Ghost Wish now at
Toffee reaching their
the
peak.
base of the table. Hugo did the move on him. Technical vocabulary right here.
Hugo picked up the 3 points and now switches in the relegation battle.
Kalkamalakis, penalty.
3-second penalties there for.
So disappointing.
Well,
But he's got the lead on Mick.
This is a pretty good showing for regarding track limit penalties anyway.
Oh, Ghost Wish DNF.
Swish, I thought he'd just box and retire, but no, he's crashed on track.
I don't think he was that close to Hugo either, so
that tyre wear on those hard tyres was clearly way too much for him to handle.
Brandon goes for a move on Mick. Mick covers well, just on the outside. Side by side, Mick will take the advantage though in that battle. Going down the back straight. Mick finds himself 2 wheels on the grass.
As they head through
Brandon just sits behind.
130R. Brandon on, interestingly, much worn tyres, so it makes you think maybe Mick got in a bit of an incident with himself, and that's what's brought him back into this battle here. But Brandon will get DRS, and he's got ERS as well to burn, and he looks maybe to the inside, but Mick defends the inside a little, and then
Matt makes a move on Rares
inside,
and gets it. I just noticed that Matt is ahead of Rares now, into 4th. Only 4 laps though. Can he chase down Sir? I'm not too sure.
Oh, this is
Big battle for top 4.
As Brandon, it's got a bit too late for Brandon's pit, but he rides the curb heavily, and he's off onto, well, I thought he was off onto the gravel, because it seemed like he bottomed out on the curb, but he managed to keep hold of it quite well. Maybe that was just me seeing things. But either way...
It seems like Bence has dropped off from Topper, and it looks like Topper's fully in control again to take the win.
Bence has not
Still
got a
4
lot to
laps.
offer regarding a counter-attack, and really Toppy's done his job, and he's done his job well. Bence with those soft tyres that have not got a whole lot of performance left in them, and it doesn't look as though he's going to fall into Sir's clutches just yet, but maybe in a couple of laps time, if there's a mistake or two from the Ferrari driver, he might just need to look in his mirrors and be a bit aware of what goes on behind him.
Brandon right behind Mick.
And speaking of what goes on behind him, what's going on behind Matt Copper is he's got no ERS to defend, and Rares takes that position. He's got no ERS to attack either, but the DRS is what did the job. And as he goes through the first corner and into the first sector, he takes 4th position back off Matt Copper, and the Williams driver has to settle for 5th again. As Brandon also
gets ahead of Mick.
but then a bit wide at turn
That was
1.
wide. I think he just
no,
sends it too much.
A little bit sketchy as he tries to get the power down, and there's always the
Action
car
everywhere.
floor open on the apex of all these corners, but maybe it gets to the point of desperation and he might attempt to move here. Those 13 lap old hards are going to be dishing out quite a lot of pain to him.
As soon as I stopped watching the Rares versus Matt Copper battle, you announce it that Matt's lost the position.
Yeah, he's going to look to get it back.
Which is irritating for me.
He's
He's
got
not
a
that
whole
far
lot
off, half a second. There is Sheehan behind him though, so if they do end up battling,
Sheehan
then
could be
Sheehan
very
could.
much in the mix.
He's watching behind like an eagle, looking at his prey. Brandon still behind Mick. It was a very good battle between these two. The mighty 9th position.
And Mick getting a little bit bogged down the exit, but Brandon with a snap,
loses
and he's
control
almost off
back into the
wall.
gravel.
Does a good job to hold on to it. Those hards are really falling off now, and he's almost falling straight into the barriers. As now Matt
could
looks
get
to use
the DRS.
Use of the DRS here. Matt looks
He's got him surely.
take the slipstream, and to the outside he goes. Neither have got much ERS, but Matt has this overspeed from the DRS, and he's going to swoop around this first corner back to 4th position, and come next lap it may be that they swap positions again, but of course Sheehan is now on the scene, and Sheehan will get his
Brandon
own
on the
dose of
inside.
DRS, and Sheehan will have his own opportunity to take
Very
a
close.
position.
And
There's
Nick is-
contact. Nick and Brandon come together,
Spin.
and Brandon
Wow.
continues on in 10th position, although a bit of a
I think
bit of
that's a racing.
slide, he
I
tries
don't
to get
think.
the power down again, and Ducky
I'm not
now-
sure whose fault that is. I think might have just
It's an
been
interesting
racing
one,
incident there.
It looks like there may
Yeah.
have been instance. There was definitely room to be given, but who was obligated to give the room, I'm not too sure.
It looked like Mick spun him, but at the same time,
Was there
did
was there
Brandon
sufficient room
overstep
on
the mark?
inside?
Looks like Brandon has got the better recovery at least, so he still is in 10th.
But he has got a Haas all over the back of him now, and Ducky could maybe look to take advantage, although he's not.
Ducky's
got a whole
done
lot in
well
the tank
since
either.
since safety car. He's done well, gained a couple of positions now.
Speaking of positions gained, there've been a whole load of big gainers in this race. Well, namely, the most notable gainer in this race is your current provisional P1, Toppy, the Alpha Tauri driver. He's gone from last to first, and realistically, he's not. Other than Bence, he's not had a whole lot to challenge him. Bence now.
I've got to say, they're all quite spaced out at the front. I don't think Matt's going to catch Sir, but Rares isn't far off Matt.
Matt has done a
And
very
Sheehan's
good
not far
job
off
on
both
that
of them.
last lap to pull enough of a gap that he wasn't under, like, he wasn't under pressure down that back straight, because I was expecting him to just swap positions again with Ferraris, but
Ducky goes for a move on Brandon, gets the move. So clear now, Ducky, and he's made another move. Another position gain. Brandon's off 9. That is not ideal for him.
Ducky now into the points, although he's a little bit out of shape through the S section, and maybe Brandon could look to force a mistake and get his position back. He's got not a lot of rubber left on that Alfa Romeo Stake car, and
big catcher Hugo.
Kick even, not Stake. Oh, and there he goes. Ducky makes a mistake. He runs wide onto the curb and onto the grass, and through goes Brandon. Not quite Hamilton, but through goes Brandon. Back to 10th position for the final points paying position. And here is Rise again. He is 10 attempts back heading into this last chicane. He's going to get DRS to aid him. He's got 21% of ERS. Matt has only got 14, but a good enough exit and enough ERS deployed, and he could be able to eke out enough of an advantage that maybe Rise has to be
Sheehan could cause chaos from behind.
Sheehan has quite a bit in the tank.
I can't quite get it.
Attack as we head on to this final lap. Toppy dominating now. Well, has been dominating for the last couple of laps, so he has to gain quite an advantage over Benziaxo.
Well, Mick is just
the battle, really,
in behind Hugo the whole time. I don't think has he got enough pace to get Hugo on the first straight. I don't think he does. He does not. Hugo rides a curb though, but Mick doesn't have enough. Sits behind him again. Can he make a move around the S's? Doesn't look like it.
Again, they all keep nice form on the racing line. Mick then looking to try and force a mistake as to feign a move maybe around the outside, but Hugo's not going to give up that easily. But Mick maybe with a move to the outside. The outside of Degna 1 is quite something, but he's not going to get it done, and he almost loses the rear of the car as he tries to, and he's just going to have to compose himself because he's had a go, and he maybe can have a go again, ascend up the inside, bit of a tag on the rear of the Red Bull driver, but nothing doing, and he's just got to sit back and
Bro, he's got the pace on Matt. Bro's got the pace on Matt. He goes down the inside, goes on the grass, gets spun by Matt. Matt goes over, and that is Sheehan into 4th. I told you. Sheehan's just waiting for something to happen.
Matt takes 5th. Luigi takes 6th.
Oh!
Where did Rares end up?
Rares is dead.
Rares is out.
His wheel was finished. He tried to go into the pit, couldn't make it.
Korkamalakis in 7th. He comes to the line. He's got 3 seconds of penalties, but he's got a 5-second gap to James Pettit.
I don't believe it.
And Korkamalakis will retain the 7th position that he ended on track. James Petty takes 8th. Brandon ends up with 2 points for his troubles. Ducky gets a point as well. There is your finishing order, with Hugo, Mick and ST Clays the last of the finishers. Rares with that ambitious move
I'm sure
corner. It had to be done. You might think just for his hopes of a high finish.
I'm sure he will have a lot to say about that, because I was watching Rares. Matt tries to cover the inside. He went on the grass. I think he got onto the track in time. Started braking. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's sort of overstepped the mark, and Matt had nothing to do but to make contact, or if Matt has been a bit of a naughty boy there. I'm not sure.
Well, it looked as though there was quite a lot of last corner antics. There's definitely a heat of the moment move from
Rares.
The lot of them there.
Sheehan though, he takes, I think it was 4th in the end. I told you, he was watching like an eagle.
Did a very good job. He took advantage of the chaos that ensued, and fair play to the Ferrari man.
Popper though, what a race he had there. From 19th.
Challenge complete. He's on the platinum trophy.
So he'll be annoyed he didn't get first there, but second, very, very respectable. But yeah, the fact that Rares was involved in that incident and not only did not
on the podium
keep
as well.
4th, he didn't finish.
The Alpine driver, he's done a very good job there. He stayed out of trouble, and he's He's not got tangled up in any incidents. He's done a very good job with the strategy as well, and a deserving podium for the Alpine driver. Ferrari looks like they'll be top of the standings with that 2-4 finish. It looked promising from qualifying, and it just continued.
Well, a lot of incidents though in that race. A lot of incidents.
But there you are, a full rundown of the finishing order. We had 5 non-finishers: Ghostwish, Chazmeister, Danny Boy, Mad Mike, and High Caliber. All didn't finish this race.
Oof, wow. Ferraris will not be happy though.
But it is an eventful one for round 1.
Yeah.
It's a sign of hopefully some very interesting battles to come, with quite a few front-running drivers missing. Specifically 3 front-running drivers missing. When they return, could be even spicier. I might as well leave that there. Not much else.
Very, very exciting race. I promise excitement. We promised excitement, and the race delivered. Drives delivered.